to also try to find out, like what men, because your man, like a guy who is in love with you or is dating you is most likely not gonna tell you this. It's not gonna, and guys, like are timid in such a way that if they feel that they'll say something that will rock the boat, they'd rather not say. They'd rather come to the men's conference or the Kamkunji, or not necessarily the people's Kamkunji, just where the guys meet and they talk about this.
When was the last time you got flowers? Omosh.
So my
when was the last time you got flowers? Hold on. Before
you guys, this is not about me. This is not about us.
It's not about me.
This is your moderators.
Listen, men's conference. Men, when was the last time you all got flowers? When was the last time hata chocolate umeletewa?
Have you understood our love language?
Lavera, I think
Lavera,
I think before you say something, I think I want you to understand.
I am playing devil's advocate, goddammit.
I think I want you to understand, like, and I think it's important for
men are tired.
No, I've not said that. Those are words that were said by Uno, and those views just reflect him, and they don't reflect the views of the show. But what I'm saying is that I think it's important, for women also to want to know, like what men think about this behind closed doors. Because if this is also a very important day to most women, where they want to feel appreciated, they want to feel loved, I think it's also important for them to also try to find out, like what men, because your man, like a guy who is in love with you or is dating you is most likely not gonna tell you this. It's not gonna, and guys, like are timid in such a way that if they feel that they'll say something that will rock the boat, they'd rather not say. They'd rather come to the men's conference or the Kamkunji, or not necessarily the people's Kamkunji, just where the guys meet and they talk about this. And these conversations, like I don't want to say fortunately, they happen a lot. Like especially right now, if you go in as a mall in a lot of guy WhatsApp groups, like it's very rare to
They're
find
happening as we speak.
It's very rare to find guys, like being excited or looking forward to this day.
Guys do it because they know, because of the pressure. It's not because they want to do it.
And I mean, I'm sensitized to all of that. I get it. I'm sensitized to all of that, and I can understand I can understand what guys are feeling and how they're experiencing this holiday, because yes, it is commercialized to be about women. And what are you doing for your woman? Because if your woman doesn't get what she deserves or what she needs on Valentine's Day, it's not going to happen for you for a few weeks from there. You know what I mean? So you're in the doghouse.
There'll be no food.
You're in the doghouse. But I also think that you have to qualify this holiday by looking at relationships in the different stages. It depends on the stage you're in.
Food elsewhere.
I would imagine that if this is the beginning of a relationship where you're courting and you're still trying to get to know each other, there's a lot of pressure for you as the guy to be that romantic guy, because it's all about romanticizing and bringing the woman in. But I'm talking like if you've been in a relationship, let's assume a relationship where you have been conversing, you understand each other's love languages, you've been married for amount of time, a few years. You can't expect that you're still trying to figure out what this man's love language is. He doesn't have to tell you. You know what I mean? And I would say for if you're an intuitive woman, if you're a woman who knows your man, you know. And if you're a man who also knows your woman, you'll know. You know that, for Valentine's Day, kids, we're going to make sure mommy gets whatever. Or we're going to... So just as much as you mentioned that some women are going to be sitting there expecting chocolate and flowers, some women are going to be like, you better not bring chocolates and flowers. Because that's not what I want.
Some expecting a red car.
So exactly. I think it's all about communicating with your partner. And I think this pressure that you're putting on yourself on Valentine's Day, it's commercialized. It's a pressure that is imposed on you by commercialization of the holiday.
And I think also, this is what I strongly believe, because when the two of you first meet, certain foundations have to be set off the bat, who you are. Because I think the notion of when we are dating or when we first meet or first date is, what you like doing, what are your goals or whatever. What about just asking, what are your pet peeves? What don't you like? Because when you talk about, Valentine's to me is bogus.
It means nothing.
It means nothing.
Nama branding.
Nama brand. Well, yeah, you start branding yourself then, so that you know what to expect. But when not even but like when you say, for me, I don't like cheese. I don't like socks being left at the door. I don't like clothes being left all over the place. Do laundry or something. Like what's your, because when you say, when you ask pet peeve, I like watching soccer in silence. Or I like watching sports in silence. Those are the things that need to be established ahead, because now that those become, I guess, your love languages, because by the time you guys are advancing to your 1 year anniversary, you already know, like Ali apenagi kusumbuliwa akemka 7.
He wants a long time.
He wants a long time, and if it's NFL, ama it's NHL, ama soccer, ama whatever it is, that's his time. He doesn't like cheese on his whatever. You already know this. But other things, I don't like being disturbed. I don't like being touched or whatever. I mean, there's so many things, but the genesis of this is when you first meet. Not you try to start sorting this out when already you're dating.
But you can also establish those as you continue to date, because you might have some faux pas where you realize, oh, you know what? I can't do that with this person because it worked for Sheila, but it's not going to work for Rebecca.
And that is why it is and that is why it is important when you first start, you already put your most extreme shit out first day, so that when you guys pick up, when we advance 6 months in, don't ask me about leaving socks at the door.
And
because I told you,
and
I don't
based
like
on
leaving
that,
socks at the door.
Based on what Uno said, I think also a big mistake that sometimes guys make in these relationships. I mean, we sometimes, are blaming the women, but a big mistake that guys make
absolutely
at the beginning of these relationships is overdoing stuff. You can't sustain this.
Yeah,
you
if it's not sustainable, then don't do it.
You can't sustain buying flowers. But now the problem is, now the guy feels at the beginning, if he doesn't do this,
then
he's not gonna get this woman. But now here's where the
case
mistake
in
comes
point,
in.
this thing of kufungua mlango.
Yeah.
If that's not you,
don't do it.
And that's the thing. This thing of kufungua mlango,
or pulling the chair, if that's not you,
because those things are instinctive.
Yeah.
So don't go rehearsing. Don't see your mosh doing it and then say, "Ata pia mimi," like I'm gonna go do that. Because the day when you stop doing it, it's gonna be a problem.
You know what my uncle told me before you read the comments? You know what my uncle told me? My uncle told me this. Whenever you find a relationship going south, he will always blame the guy. Always.
Why?
Because one, who pursued who? Chances are
it's
98.899%.
It's a guy.
It's the guy who pursued the mama.
The mama made you pursue her boss.
But you pursued.
She strategically placed herself for you to pursue.
And you pursued.
And then yes.
And you pursued.
She
which
wore
means
a
that
dress
you
that had 2 left breasts. What are you supposed to do?
You pursued.
I can't with you
Which
guys.
means
I don't know you guys.
Which means if you pursued, at the end of the day, he'll do what do you call it? He'll do an inventory. He'll do a forensic audit. And it'll come up to you. You're the one who pursued. You're the one who approached. You're the one who called. You're the one who whatever.
Yeah.
You're the one who threw the first poyo. You're the one who sent Ali.
So when do ulichimba kisima?
Wewe.
Yeah, na lazima ukunywe maji hapo.
Wewe.
Yeah.
So the fault is with the guy.
Okay.
No matter what.
Okay.
Never blame the woman.
So
carry on.
Let's get there's some interesting comments coming here. Yes. What I love today is I think because Lavera is here,
yes.
All those silent listeners have come out. They have come out. Yeah. I think that's Lavera's influence.
They have a branding coach.
Now Grizzly Proxy is saying, but why are we actually celebrating pagan things? Mapenzi inafaa kwa all year round from men, which is a good point.
No. Before you read the next comment, Grizzly, acha nikuulize, did your father or your grandfather, did they ever get down on one knee with a ring and propose? Carry on. Ali.
Okay, you know.
See, it also depends.
By
on
the way,
it depends on the.
No, but you see, their love language was right already.
Let me say something.
See, you guys
First of all, let me qualify
you're
something.
warped in this
The views-
romantic
No, 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 no.
commercialization.
The views expressed today are for the people who are saying them. They don't express.
If your grandfather and your father got down on one knee to propose, if your father celebrated even before you were born, celebrated Valentine's Day. If your grandfather celebrated Valentine's Day, your grandfather and bought flowers or whatever. What was the love language for your grandfather and your father back in the day? But carry on.
Okay. Let's neutralize this.
Oh,
let's read Tony Mithiga's comment.
And by the way, we have to.
We have to wrap up.
Yeah.
But Tony
As soon
Mithiga,
as you wrap up the comments.
Tony Mithiga here says, we don't need flowers. We need tickets to the racetracks and gift cards to automotive stores to fund half of the man cave. And I think this is actually a very solid comment, which is in a lot of men's minds, but they don't want to say it because they don't want to rock the boat.
Boy child is an asiege. Boy child is an asiege.
For me, I also think as a woman, I also think that you don't have to tell me that. I know my man. I'm going to go buy what he needs.
Okay, all right. Let's hear what Mika has to say. Mika.
I'm with you on that one, Labra.
That's why I said you will hear many women saying it's very hard to gift a man because most of the time they have what they need. But if you look around, men don't hide what they love. It's right there.
Of
His
course.
favorite costume will be rubbing your face every day.
I 100% agree with you.
DIY itakuwa hapo mbele yako. Like right on your face. You don't need to even think too much to gift a man.